Home of fight, a man with no introduction needed. Jorge Masvidal. Jorge, man, how we doing?
I'm doing
ATT.
amazing, brother. I'm here at the temple right now. Just got a good little training session in. Always getting after it. Great atmosphere, great teammates, great coaches, great leaders, and a lot of great competitors. This is like one of my most favorite places in the whole world to be at, my brother.
One of the best gyms in the world, without a doubt. And right now, I mean, there's a couple big talks of the town, but the one I want to talk about first is your promotion, your big Gamebred card. I believe it's Gamebred Fighting Championship 8, November 15th. Like,
Yeah.
I guess just
Uh,
how did you end up putting such a massive card together? This is huge.
um, hats off to Dean. Always does an amazing job. We also talk a lot about the direction that we want the card to go in, the type of action, the type of fighters that we want in the card, and the type of skill set. We just don't want to bring in guys that can throw blows. We want to bring guys that can, challenge for world titles, that can fight, that can compete, that are hungry, and that have a skill. Not just dogs off the street though. We love to bring the dogs because we feel that the dogs do the best in the bare knuckle. We want the most highly trained, skilled guys, And when you go through this whole card, I mean, it's fucking. This is the greatest bare knuckle card in MMA history yet again. There's a lot of motherfuckers trying to promote bare knuckle now and act like they're promoters and shit, but they're bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? There's only one promotion. There's bare knuckle that matters. That's GFC Gamebred bare knuckle, baby. We're gonna fuck some shit up. Um, wow, I have some guys that I have been working with in the past that I wasn't able to bring over due to visa issues, like Guto. Guto's on this card. He's I think four-time Brazilian national champion in Muay Thai kickboxing. Brazil has a very good stand-up fucking game. And then after that, he went to the pro ranks, won some world titles, has like right under 20 fights in MMA, and he is a fucking absolute beast. He's really honed in on his skills. He's fighting another kickboxer, two-time national champ from Brazil, that is another fucking killer on the up and coming. And the winner of this is gonna be in title contention pretty soon. They're gonna be scrapping for the title. Man, I got in the main event. Obviously, it's gonna be fucking. It's a rematch. It's gonna be insane. Um, First time it was a great fight. I don't have a pick in my mind yet. Just the fact that the winners are gonna be the fans, brother. This is gonna be a great fight. Both guys are fucking dogs. Both guys know how to get after it. Shit, man. And Randy Coast is like fucking crazy explosive, pulling out fucking shit out of his ass, flying knees and fucking flying elbows. And the guy that he's fighting that's beat him is like the opposite, right? He's just, you can't get him out of it. He's gonna be in your face. He's gonna fucking throw blows. He's gonna take the best thing you have, smile right at you, and just keep digging and keep a steady pace from round one to the end of it. He's just gonna keep stepping on the gas a little bit more every round and getting in your face and getting his timing, right. The amount of damage that Randy Cost, I think, could also do bare knuckle is going to be a lot more than with no gloves. So I think this going to be like fight of the night right here. But this one and the Guto fight are going to be fight of the night. Those are my picks. Who else we got on there? We got Kevin Lee versus Sal Almeida. Two
Yep.
guys that I know very well. Kevin Lee's fought at the top of the sport, beating some great legends. Good up and comers in the sport as well. He's beating. He's a fucking stud, man, and he's gonna fight a veteran, a guy that has over 20 MMA fights and over 20 pro boxing matches. A guy that's fought a lot of fucking good guys in boxing that he probably shouldn't have, and he's never been finished in boxing or KO'd in MMA. I think he's been finished like by ground and pound, like the referee called it. But the guy's a complete fucking animal as well, especially when it comes to taking hits and giving them. So I think it's gonna be a great fight. Obviously, Kevin Lee's favored to win there. I think Kevin Lee's going to kick a lot of ass, and he's going to be competing for a title soon for us.
And I mean, besides that madness you just explained, main events for the title fight too, I think I counted this correctly, 11 total former
Yeah.
UFC guys on the card. Like, is this the card
Yeah.
that's going to put you up top of the MMA promotions?
I think UFC will be number one for a while.
With the top.
Yeah. But I think as far as like views goes and engagement and things like that, man, I feel like I'm a clear cut number two. Just for like I put up a stream on YouTube, another promotion puts up a stream on YouTube, they don't get nowhere near the views that we get. In the span of time that we get, just nowhere near the amount of fans that are watching live and the immediate fans that watch after. It's been really, 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 really good. The last city cards have over millions and millions of hits, each one of them. JDS versus Adam Belcher, I think within the first week did like 3.4 million views, you know. So people are watching, brother. You know, I'm not really competing with any other promotion. We're just doing our thing because we're in our own lane. There's nobody doing bare knuckle. There's nobody matching up these guys so intricate, going after, getting after, and there's nobody besides Dana White, the UFC, that has a promoter that has this much pull, you know, this much move in the game. So I have a lot of skin. I could pull a lot of fighters from a lot of great places that people haven't heard of and put together some mean shows, and that's what we just did right now. This is gonna be the best card we ever put together, hands down. And I said that about my last card, and sure enough, it was the best card we ever put together.
And I saw a tweet that was saying you are actually potentially are paying yourself out of pocket fighters' purses. Is that true? Do you guys have like funding? What's the situation there?
We have funding in the past. We have run into, you know, distributors like pulled out, sponsors, things like that. You know, certain things have gone this way or that way, and you know, things have to happen. We're a company. We have a lot of integrity in our company. I've been a fighter for over 20 plus years. I know the things that I like about fighting. I know the things that I don't like about fighting. And we just try to be as transparent and a good place for these fighters to feel comfortable, come and compete at their best, you know. So we make sure that not just the fighters, the bus drivers, you know, anybody that's on the team, we're making sure everybody gets theirs, you know. Everybody gets paid, makes their bread, goes home and does their thing.
I love it, man. And then, I mean, you mentioned Kevin Lee. He fought last weekend and won. Everybody's excited about him. You said he could possibly be up for a title contention, but do you see this guy being an actual star for your promotion, like the face of your promotion someday?
That's all said, and yeah, that's all yet to be done, you know. Fighting MMA bare knuckles different, brother. It's 100% different. Kevin Lee, everybody knows, is a great athlete, great power, speed, skill set. But when you get cracked and it's bare knuckle, or when you hit somebody and your hand gets fucked up and you gotta keep pulling the trigger, keep stepping on the gas, then we'll really find out. There's a lot of guys that I already kind of see as like the face for a promotion that have been putting in the game. They got 2, 3, 4 fights, you know. So I wouldn't put Kevin either yet, but I think he's gonna cause a lot of noise. He's gonna put on a spectacular show, and then the ball's gonna keep rolling. It's gonna be up to him if he wants to keep doing bare knuckle or not. You know, this is his first fight, so I don't like to put too much stock in anybody's first fight when it's bare knuckle. They might love it, they might not like it at all, you know.
Very, very different. This is very different than a glove. I'll give you that, man. But it also makes it super exciting. American Top Team, ATT, baby. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be a killer card on November 15th.
And I'm gonna come back in your show like 2, 3 weeks from now. We have a card coming March, South Florida. We got some possible venues already. We got some fucking more legit badass motherfuckers. Dudes that can scrap, they've been scrapping their whole life. That all they want to do is they want to throw down bare knuckle. They don't want to do nothing else. These are the savages of the savages, and they want to get after it. And me and Dean are about close to finishing that card up. We do got some champions competing in that card, and we're gonna have some big names. So we're gonna be in for a treat this year and next, brother.
Love it, man. We'll be on the lookout for that. November 15th, it starts. It's going to be a crazy night. But I'm sure, I mean, obviously you're in AT&T still training. You're around fighters. You're making fights. The news on the street or a story that came out is you have a potential return in the works. Is this true? When can we know about this?
There's definitely potential works. I don't know when yet. So working on the date. Might be next year, you know. The guys in the background, bro. That's Bo Nickel over there.
Bo Nickel's back there training?
Yeah. Training, teaching. I'm telling you, this place is insane, man. The amount of talent, athletes that come in here. Yeah, I'm looking to come back maybe March next year, February, April, you know. I can come back as early as December if the right fight comes around. I'm in shape right now. But as of right now, none's been offered to me.
And would you prefer this be UFC, boxing? How do you want to come back?
Definitely MMA.
MMA doesn't have to be UFC, just an MMA rule set.
UFC, obviously. I'm signed to the UFC right now. So when I say MMA, I mean UFC. But I wouldn't mind boxing if it was the right opportunity and it just made sense and it was within the right time frame. I didn't have to wait 6 months to a year, you know, to get in there. So I think I'm more than likely UFC is where you're gonna see my return, brother.
And these next two are just me having fun, I guess, as a fan, if you will. But obviously, you and Nate Diaz 1-1 against each other. Is that an opponent that you're like, yeah, I'd like that to be the return?
I could care less for this bitch ass, man. I feel like I'll beat the fucking snot out of him in a boxing match. I walked away without a bruise, without fucking eyelash being fucking bent, you know? It wasn't it wasn't like I felt like I lost the fight in any way, shape, or form. I know it was in California, it was to the California judges, but talking about a fight, like who rocked, who actually went out there with the will and intention to put the other guy out and actually got closer to that and hit one guy, and one guy was just like, judges help me, judges help me. Bro, you know, so and what to do it in MMA, I already smoked him in MMA. I don't know if the UFC be interested in that. I'd gladly oblige it, but it's not like I'm looking for him or anybody in particular. I'm just looking to get myself in the best shape possible, see what the UFC offers me, and just rock and roll.
And since you're talking UFC, I assume then the Jake Paul fight some people want is off the table for now. But one, is that a fight you could still entertain someday? And two, does he have any chance of beating Mike Tyson?
I don't know Mike Tyson's current condition. You know, I hear like rumors, you know, different things. I just personally I don't know. I don't know the rule set. How big are the gloves? How many rounds? How long is the round? So many variables that I don't know, and it seems like they changed from the last time I heard. So I just don't want Mike Tyson to get hurt because of the age factor, you know, or anybody to get seriously hurt ever. But I definitely wouldn't want Mike to get hurt. You know, he's definitely an older dude. That being said, I think Jake beats him. You know, seeing his last performance, he's gonna be able to dance those first 2-3 rounds, and that's gonna cost Tyson a lot. You know, and after that, who knows? But I thought it's an exhibition, so there's no winners. And then I heard it was no, it's a pro bout. I'm confused. I don't know what it is yet, bro.
And since you last fought, the welterweight title picture's changed a bit. You know, you got Bilal Muhammad up top now. Shavkat Rakhmonov's a popular name. Usman's still dancing around. JDM, whatever the names go on. Like, how do you see yourself fitting into there immediately? Like, do you get a rank back with a win? Are you right back in that picture?
Oh, of course. No, I get any of those names you mentioned. Of course, I'd be a top 5 guy. But there's a lot of fights. First, get myself in MMA shape. I trained boxing for 6 months, so a lot of the MMA sheer conditioning that I had naturally built in, I have to acquire some of that back. You know, I got to get my grappling, my wrestling, my kicking up to par, and then get in there. So I'm gonna take a little time before I get right back in there. Aside from that, who would be in there? I don't know, man. Once the UFC tells me, like, look, here's this guy, boom, you know, get the ground underneath you, and then let's fucking run the gauntlet, whatever the fuck it is after that, as long as you're in the top 5. But I'll start nice and slow. I'll work my way up there, and then once I feel my rhythm again, just bring whatever the fuck it is, you know?
Very excited to see. Very excited to see who it is and when it is. And I got a few left for you here. One of them is not an MMA question. I don't typically talk politics with fighters, but I know you're a Trump guy. I know. And then yesterday, ironically, small world, I shot a commercial with RFK. So that was awesome. I was in the room with him and Russell Brand. Dr. Phil was sick. So right now, my question is on betonline.ag, Trump is a +100 underdog against Kamala being -120 favorite. Am I cashing my underdog tickets, Trump winning the presidency?
I think if the election was unriggable, we win by a slide Trump. And then, but I'm calling since now it's going to be the weirdest, funkiest election ever happened. The last one was a total fuck up and a half. This one's going to be something else. And I hope not. I hope it's just transparent, as strict, and as tight as possible for both sides. That there's no way to cheat on either side. That's what I want. And it just feels like Democrats don't want that. There's rules in this country. One of them being, if you just got here, you can't vote. So you don't know the way of life, the way of thinking, our constitution, the background. So it takes a process. It takes like 5 to 7 years or something for somebody to become a citizen and be able to vote. Honor that principle. Honor that, because a lot of Democrats, Kamala and her vice president, mentioned that illegals should be able to vote. And this guy's actually giving them driver's license in the state where he's at and letting them apply to be things like cops and fucking firefighters and things like, wait up, man. You're going to skip over the people that have been here, that pay their taxes. You know, it's crazy, man. It's so crazy. So I think the election, if it doesn't get rigged, we win by a landslide. You know, if not, Kamala wins by like a small decimal point because they wait till they get all of Trump's things and they say, "Yeah, back up the U-Haul truck." Trump has 10 million votes. We need 11 million, and that's how it's gonna be, brother. Adriano.
Yeah, man. American politics.
Hey, look to the people, man. Look at another superstar, bro.
Another superstar. What's up, yo?
How are you doing, guys?
Welcome to Home of Fight.
Yes.
Yeah, a gym full of talent. But yeah, I kind of tend to agree with the election. I hope nothing fishy happens, but I don't trust that. And then last political question, do we ever see Donald Trump front row at Gamebred?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Come on. That'll be, man, I see that dude walking in the tunnel headed towards the sea. I'll freak the fuck out, man. That'll be the fucking rawest shit. The president at my show, the backyard fighter has a, first of all, the backyard fighter has a show, and then the president, the greatest president in United States history, is going to be there. It's forget about it. That's it.
Storybook. And then
that's the ending of the chapter right there. Bye. And then Trump showed up to my show.
That would be sick, man. And then we're at 15 minutes. Do you have like 2 or 3 minutes? I have one more thing I want to do.
Yeah, let's go, brother.
Appreciate you, man. I don't know if you've seen this on Home of Fight, but we do a segment with fighters called Pound for Pound Best, right? For example, you're one of the best boxers in UFC history. So I would love to ask you my list, one at a time, who is the pound for pound best boxer in UFC history. I'll give you one name at a time. So the winner will move on to the next name. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So first up, best pound for pound boxer in UFC in their primes, Ilia Topuria or Petr Yan?
I know both of them very, very well. I've gotten the absolute pleasure to train with both of them, seen both of them train in camps. That is a very good question. Ilia's, the thing with Ilia is that he's also very gifted. Ilia is very gifted athlete with his power. I've gotten the pleasure of training with him, just a naturally very dense and heavy guy. Either hand of his has anesthesia. Pewter is another guy that's just like a sniper, bro, a sharpshooter. We give you that first round, just study your mechanics, your rhythm, your speed, your timing, your distance, and then boom, execute. Huge fan of both of them. Josh, who's a better boxer, Petr Yan or Ilia Topuria? Oh, it's a good one, huh?
The hard one, I guess. Damn.
I'm gonna go with my boy Ilia, bro.
I want to say
Peter's right there.
Ilia is a young guy, but Petr does that good.
Peter's a sniper, man. I think Peter's some of the best boxing.
I think boxing is Petr. Ilia is like maybe MMA boxing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the MMA boxing definitely the Ilia because his threat of the takedown sets up his punch every time.
Well,
sure, Ilia.
I hope
boxing would be interesting to see.
I hope some of these other names are easier then. So we'll have Ilia Topuria move on. What if Ilia, again, pound for pound, takes on Sean Strickland?
Sean's a beast. Sean's a fucking another one. And he has that, shoulder roll. He does a lot of it. And then he does the long guard. Sean's really good at changing his guards and stuff. But from a fundamental point, I would think that Ilia's a little better. Ilia's hits a little bit harder, a little bit more snap in his punches, a little bit better head movement. But Strickland is no joke, man. He's like a sticky guy. He can just get in your face, keeps the pace, switches up his guards a lot, switches up his rhythm a lot, his timing a lot. And that's what makes him such a great boxer, I think. He's constantly switching it. But I think, they got to lean towards Ilia on that one. Ilia has a great jab as well, man. A lot of things Ilia does well.
Ilia moving on, taking on someone you fought before, Nate Diaz.
In an MMA fight, Ilia, just like I did his ass, Ilia run through. Ilia fucking dodge shots and boom, and then these guys are peppering the whole time. It's not that it sucks or nothing, but straight boxing-wise, Ilia.
Few more names left, Ilia or Conor McGregor.
In MMA, Ilia
MMA
all
boxing.
day. Yeah, MMA boxing, Ilia all day. I just feel that, again, his threat of the takedown. Like, if they were to just fight each other at 145, I'd put money on Ilia. I just feel that he could mix the threat of the takedown enough with his heavy hands where he could hurt Conor and probably take him out.
And then what if Ilia and Stipe Miocic are the same size. Who takes that boxing match?
Okay, wow. You know, conventional wisdom will have to tell us again. Ilya hasn't even, I think he's been dropped once. He's never been knocked out. You know, this and that, so he's got less damage on him. You know, but both of them in their prime, that's a tough one, man. Because Stipe has a hell of a fucking jab. Amazing jab. Great left hook to the body. Great right hand. Keeps a tight guard. He changes his guard in rhythm a lot as well. Too, you know, man, that's a good one, brother. Shit.
Shout out Roman. Roman made this list from Home of Fight. Shout out Roman.
All right. Shout out Roman. Good list, brother.
So are we going Ilya taking Stipe then, it sounds like, maybe?
I don't know, man. I think he's my little brother, man. So I might have to go with Ilya, but I really think Stipe has some of the best boxing in the main world, man. Yeah, it's very underrated boxing. His footwork, his head movement was pretty fucking good too. When he's like on point, it's hard to hit that guy, man. When he's like balancing, you're ready, broke his sweat, and he's moving, dodging bullets. It's hard to touch that guy. That'd be one for the ages, that battle right there. They're both the same weight. That's the fucking pay-per-view right there.
3 names left. Ilya or somebody he's about to fight, Max Holloway.
Oh, man, we're about to see. Let me not answer that one. I'll leave that one to the fight. We'll let that fight happen. But I really, huge Max Holloway fan since the beginning. I love this guy's style. Everything about Max is the way that he fights inside and outside of the cage, how he carries himself. Huge Max fan. But Ilya's like my brother, but I love this. So I'm leaning towards Ilya, but Max, I think, is one of the greatest ever at all weights. Not 145, all across the board, pound for pound, is one of the best ever have done it.
So if Ilya just edges Max in the boxing, what about second to last name here, Ilya or Dustin Poirier?
It's a good one, bro. You're gonna have him partner him up against everybody. That's one for the ages too, man. We gotta see that one, you know. We're gonna have to see that one. Dustin's naturally bigger than both about at 45. That one would have been a hanger at 45, 40 smokes. I'm talking about my boy Dustin on that one, but it's a great fight. And it's because he's southpaw, and Dustin does a lot of really, really good things with right-handed fighters. But it's hard for them to catch on against him. So, man, I mean, that was a tough one, but I think we'll go for him. Take care, brother.
Close one, man. But so Poirier right now stands as your pound for pound best, but is there one more name that can beat him in Jorge Masvidal?
I don't want to fight my boy Dustin, brother. But you know, we fucking beat the shit out of each other and sparring all the time. You know, we have some good matches, man. But yeah, I wouldn't. You know, there's some guys that wouldn't want to fight. Dustin's one of them. I got a lot of appreciation for this guy who he is in and out of the cage. UFC come with a big old fat check and tell me, bro, you guys are gonna do amazing in pay-per-views because everybody knows that me and Dustin fought. That fight is fight of the century.
Oh yeah.
But fucking, I don't want to fight my boy, man. We put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears helping each other out for big moments. He's shown up, flown halfway across the country just to be here, give me rounds for days on end, weeks, months. And I've done the same thing, helping him get ready for fights. So I wouldn't want to fight my boy, man. Good enough.
We'll just call it a tie. Jorge Masvidal and Dustin Poirier, best pound for pound boxers in UFC. Cool.
Let's go. I don't mind that. Another superstar.
Who we got there? I saw Vittori back there earlier.
Yeah, bro.
A big superstar. Hey-o.
One of the generals over here.
Gym. And
very stacked gym.
Jorge, before I get you out of here, I just want to give you the opportunity. Anything you'd like to say to all your fans ahead of this card and people who are looking forward to that big return?
First and foremost, thank you to my Lord and Savior, my biggest sponsor, Jesus Christ, God Almighty, for everything that's in my life ever happened. Thank you, God, always. Amen. Thank you. And then just get ready for this comeback, man. I'm training every day, putting the hours that it takes, a little bit more now because I'm a little older, so I got to make sure I stay in good shape. I'm eating clean. I got my mind right. I got some targets. I'm hungry, man. I want to compete. I trained 6 months for just one boxing match. It was like, fuck. Kind of lackluster at the end of it. I feel like I could have done a lot more. So now it's a lot more in the sense of competing. You know, I trained just for one fight. 6 months was crazy. You know, so now what I want to do is just train hard, stay in shape. Whatever they put in front of me, let the game bread out, man. Just go. You know, get those two dogs in there and let's fucking fight, man. Let's see what happens.
Love it, man. Well, Gamebred FC 8, the big return, a lot on the horizon. Jorge Masvidal, thank you so much for the time, and I can't
November
wait to see what's next.
15th. As of right now, we're streaming it live and free on YouTube. Could maybe change, you know, this and that, but right now it's live and free on YouTube. We keep breaking records. So to everybody at you know, supporting Gamebred, watching Gamebred, the promotion, thank you. We have we're the number 2 promotion in the business by far. I mean, even when the UFC puts up free events and stuff, we're still beating their numbers, you know, as far as viewers go, engagement, all that. So I just want to take this moment and thank the fans, man, for making that happen, because it's not me, it's not any one fighter, it's the fans loving the event, loving what we're putting on. We're putting on the rawest fights in the world and getting the best unsigned guys in the world that are walking the planet, convincing them to take the gloves off to fucking throw down. There's a lot of clowns now trying to do it. It's a little Irish bitch. That little motherfucker's trying to act like a promoter now. You better sit your little drunk ass down. I'm gonna fuck you up bare knuckle style, brother. So, nothing but love, man. God bless, brother.
Thanks, Jorge. You rock, man. Have a good day.